Okay. So today, our topic is the burden of attachments. So what is the connection between sin and attachments? So this is from the Catechism of the Catholic Church. It says, what is sin? Sin is an offense against reason, truth, and right conscience. It is failure in genuine love for God and neighbor caused by a perverse attachment to certain goods. So here we can see that every sin is caused by a perverse attachment to certain goods. So if you have an attachment, a perverse attachment to certain goods, well, you can already connect it to a particular sin you are committing. St. Augustine used this term. Every sin is aversio ad Deo, conversio ad creaturam. It is an aversion from God, so it is shying away from God and going towards the creature. So that is what we find in ourselves. Ito po yung nakikita natin sa sarili natin, no? We're meant to love God first and foremost. But many times, dito sa buhay natin, nakikita natin na napipili natin o we prioritize other things. Nagiging secondary si God or nagiging third place or even no place for God. So this is what attachment would mean, no? It is shying away from God because you're getting attached to a created good. So here, in this simple illustration, you can see, our hearts are many times, or for the most part, divided. Okay, so here you can see, okay, malaki nga yung peace for God. Pero, ang daming other things, that divides the heart. Like where we have our plans, our attachment to money, our attachment to our good image, yung attachment natin sa ating trabaho, sa mga whims natin, sa ating family and car. The idea is, yung heart natin is not supposed to be divided. Okay? Paano po dapat yung heart natin? Ganito po. Okay? So from the divided heart, it must be a heart that is not divided, whole. So we have to be attached to God, that is loving Him, and loving the others or liking other things for the love of God. So it's not that God did not say you only love me and the rest you cannot love. He didn't say that, no? So what He said was this: you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. So yung heart, buong puso, ay for God. Importante po yun. And if I continue in Exodus naman, in the same line of the commandment, number 1, He says, you shall not make for yourself an idol in the form of anything in heaven, above, or on the earth, beneath, or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord, your God, am a jealous God. So God said, I am a jealous lover. I'm a jealous God because I want your heart to be fully mine. So itong illustration na to, hindi lang natin sinasabi that God first. Sinasabi natin that if we will love other creatures, it will be for the love of God. So dapat klaro yun. Okay? So if I love my family, very good. Walang problema yon. If I love my father, if I love my children, if I love my friends. But the number one reason why I do that is because of my love for God. So nothing of our love is disconnected from love of God. Yun ang idea. Whatever we love here on earth has to be connected to our first love. And our first love is God. Okay. So attachment. If we are attached to God, it uplifts us. It makes us great. If our hearts are more and more attached to God, ang nangyayari po ay it makes us great, and what? We become God-like. So we become like what we are attached to. So if we are attached to God, we become more and more God-like. And if we are attached to specific creatures, then bumababa tayo. Binababa natin yung ating sarili, and we become more like that thing that we're attached to. Kaya po magandang ma-realize na when we are loving God, actually, we are making ourselves more full, we're making ourselves richer, and we are perfecting ourselves. Nagiging mas perfect po tayo when we concentrate our love towards God. So, inaakyat natin ang sarili natin. When we are attached to other creatures, whether they are persons or part of nature or created things, or like, for example, buildings, let's say, properties, binababa po natin ang sarili natin. So that is why when God says, you have to love me with all your heart, it is for our own good. Okay? Hindi mo sabihin lang na, si God naman, siya lang naman taga iniisip niya. Well, one is, it's due to Him because He's God. He created all of us. But second is, when He commanded that, He knew that it is for our own good. No? It is for our own good when we direct our hearts towards God. Okay. So when we talk about attachment, the extreme type of attachment is addiction. So in our society nowadays, we have reached a point that so many people have fallen into a form of addiction, whether it is an addiction to alcohol, an addiction to drugs, an addiction to the internet, to social media, an addiction to oneself, narcissism, no? An addiction to money. So we have reached a point that many more and more people are getting addicted. Hindi lang yung a low level of attachment. Kasi lahat naman tayo, we have a certain level of attachment to things, to people, na disorderly. Okay? Wala sa lugar. Okay? But the more serious problem is some people have already fallen into addiction. And when we talk about addiction, there is an element of what? Obsession. Obsessed na. Like, they cannot live without that thing, or they cannot live without that person. This is a great disorder because we can only have that with God. Meaning, if we feel like we cannot live without God, tama naman po talaga. Yun totoo. Yun ang tunay na kailangan of quote-unquote obsession. No? Kasi talaga naman po without God, nothing tayo. And that we love Him so much, no? With so much energy, so much with all our heart, with all our soul, with all our strength. Yung po nasa lugar. But if we replace Him and put that thing as if it is God, then it is truly a form of addiction. And this is really like a full form of enslavement. Yung parang pong naging alipin na yung tao nung bagay na yon o yung tao na yon o alipin siya ng sarili niya, that's narcissism. So, yun po ang addiction. So, I'm saying this briefly because I would tend to think na hindi naman po siguro to ang ating problema. Ang mas maganda pong i-discuss ay yung mga subtle attachments na lahat tayo mayroon. Okay? So when we talk about attachment, maganda pong the big question is, where is my mind? Ano ba yung lagi kong naiisip? Okay? What is laging nasa isip ko? No? Maaring ito po. What people would say? Ano kaya iniisip ng ibang tao about me? So if we find ourselves in that, well, that is a sign that you are attached to that concern. We are always thinking of what people would say. So our behavior is dictated by that big concern. Ano kaya ang sinasabi ng tao? So if you do this, it's because you're thinking kung ano yung iniisip ng tao. So if you're a pleaser, you want to please everyone, then you will say many times yes to people for their requests, for their favors that they're asking. Outside the concern of ano bang will ni God sa akin. Dito po mahirap ma-recognize kasi saying yes to people, mahirap maisip na mali. For example, you are working in a company and your boss has been asking things na beyond na, no? Beyond na, hindi na healthy because kung mag-yes ka sa boss mo, hindi ka na makakauwi, hindi mo na makikita yung pamilya mo, hindi ka na makakadasal. But since you are too concerned of what your boss will say, oo ka na lang ng oo. So that is a form of attachment. Okay? We can also be thinking much about our work. Now, thinking about our work is normal kasi much of our day is composed of doing one's work. So we're not saying that if we think much of our work, we're saying we are attached. Yung later slide, yun po ang titingnan natin kung yung work is becoming, meaning a creature na attached tayo. Okay? Or some people are too attached to comfort and pleasure. So many times their decision is based on this question, komportable ba yan? Madali ba yan? Will it give me pleasure? Yan ba ay makakaginhawa sa akin? I mean, per se, hindi naman po masama yung question na yan, pero kung yan po ang guiding principle ng buhay natin, then most probably, in many moments, we're saying no to God. Because a number of times what God is asking us to do is not comfortable. It's not pleasurable. Pero kung ang basis ng decision-making mo is, kung komportable yan, yes. If it's pleasurable, yes. If not, I don't like. Then it becomes a form of attachment na can destroy us. Can keep us away from God. Okay? Or, maganda siguro ang mga limit iniisip mo, how could I help people? Wow, that's what you're always thinking. Very good. Pero, meron ding form of attachment of wanting to help people, pero sumusobra naman din. To the extent na hindi mo na-accomplish yung duty mo kay God o duty mo sa sarili mong pamilya. Meron pong ganun. Tulong ng tulong sa ibang tao, yung pamilya po nila napapabayaan. So, meron po ring possible attachment doon. So, I will just give you an example, which I do as a coach to some of my clients. I asked the same question 7 times, but my example is not 7 times. Nilesen ko na lang po for our purpose. Example, where is my mind? So ang mind mo is, I have been thinking of how to earn more money. Is it good or bad? Depends. Depends. Ngayon, ang question is, why is that important to you? Then sasabihin mo, example lang po to ha, I want to earn more money to support better my family. So far, so good. Now, the next question is, Why is that important to you? Because I want to support better my family because we have financial needs that need to be addressed. So far, so good. Diba? But why is that important to you? I want to address the financial needs of my family because it is one of my duties towards God. Very good. And then why is that important to you? Because I want to fulfill my duties towards God. Sorry, I want to fulfill my duties towards God because I know this will please Him. So, it starts with, ang iniisip mo, how to earn more money, and at the end of several questions, the very reason is you want to please God. We're not talking about attachment here because you have very good intention. You're moved by your desire to please God. Yan po ang ideal sana. We can be thinking of many things, but in the end, why are we thinking of those things? In the end, they're connected to our love for God. They're connected to doing God's will. If that's the case, then we're not going to talk about attachment here because we're talking about, in the end, you're doing things out of love for God, which is the ideal, which is our goal. Okay? Ngayon, example naman po to. Let's say, nag-iisip ka nga, many times you're always thinking of how to earn more. So, ito po, the same. Ito yung lagi mo iniisip. Ngayon, question is, why? Why is that important? Nakalagay dito. Because I want to earn more because I want to buy a new car. Okay. Is it good or bad to want to buy a new car? Depends. Okay. Ito yung second. But why is that important to you? I want to buy a new car because my colleagues have better cars than me. Oops, may comparison na. Merong, bakit kaya, no? Parang may oops na dito. Kaya pala gusto mo magkabagong car kasi mas maganda yung mga cars ng colleagues mo. Okay, and then we ask, but why is that important to you? I want to have a good car like my colleagues so I would fit in. Naku, eto na. Gusto mo mag-fit in. Ngayon, why is that important to you? I want to fit in because it will boost my self-esteem. Oh, okay. And then, why is that important to you? I want to boost my self-esteem because it makes me feel important. So in the end, you're always thinking of earning more because you want to feel important. Then that's where the attachment comes. In the end, the main attachment is you're a person who's so concerned about feeling important. So this is an example of how we get into the root of things and realizing ano talaga yung attachment natin. Yung money siguro, hindi yun ang main eh. Ang main mo is, ang gusto mo talaga, ma-feel important. Okay? So maganda pong malaman. No? Kasi po tayo, lahat po tayo nag-form ng attachments as we were growing up. Malimit, we were influenced by our environment, by how we were brought up by our parents, by what we were exposed to. And more, perhaps we even develop more attachments based on our exposure to social media. Yun po ang naging problema. With social media, nag-multiply po yung attachments. Dumami ang attachments, kaya yung heart sobrang divided na. Parang tinagtad na yung puso sa dami ng attachments na develop because of social media. Of course, not everyone went through that, but a number of people are going through that. You can see how the devil truly has been using the social media to kill our spiritual life. Okay? Kasi ang dami po nating nakikita sa social media that can make us envious of what other people have achieved, makes us envious of what people have, makes us envious of what people are enjoying, that we feel like, kawawa naman tayo, no? And if we are not careful, we tend to always compare ourselves with the other people. And because of that, we're developing new types of attachments. Ay, gusto ko katulad niya kasi meron siyang ganyan. Ako rin, sana, ganito. Okay? So these are the dangers. Okay? Maganda po maging aware ng mga bagay na ito. So one is what is always in our mind. So hindi ko sinasabi na kung ano yung nasa mind mo, attachment yon. Kaya nga po, we went through the details. Ngayon, another thing that can give us a clue kung ano po yung mga attachments natin, let us observe our reactions and overreactions. Diyan po malalaman natin kung nasaan ang puso natin. No? We have our own experience. No? For example, mga lalaki. Naku, pag may kotse yan, marami pong lalaki very concerned about their car. Magasgas lang ng konti. Ay, naku, magmumura na po. Sobra po magagalit. The whole day they're so upset kasi nagkaroon ng maliit na gasgas yung kanilang kotse. So what is that? Attachment. So kaya po maging ano po tayo? Ano po yung saan po tayo nag-overreact? Yung maliit na bagay, sobrang malaki sa atin. Why? Because we're so attached to that thing. So ito po ang signal. This gives us the symptoms. Ano po yung nasaan yung puso natin. Okay? So minsan hindi natin makita na attachment kasi yung gusto natin maganda naman. For example, you are a very orderly person. Wala pong masama doon. Ang problema ay we can be too attached to order na pag nagkaroon ng a little bit of disorder, sobra na po tayong na-upset. So that's signals, no? Na-upset na tayo masyado, we start to lack in charity. We start to be so affected that we cannot concentrate in doing anything. We cannot even pray well kasi sobra tayo na-apektuhan. Okay? So this is a very good gauge to see nasaan ba yung puso ko? Bakit ba masyado akong nag-overreact dito lang sa maliit na bagay na to? Okay? Yung bang nawala yung isang bagay, para bang yung buhay mo kulang na? Of course, there are things that are important and we give them the due importance. And our reaction is proportionate to the importance of the thing. But when there is an overreaction, especially if the matter is not that important, tingnan natin, baka nga may attachment involved. So, dyan po. Then, another thing that for consideration para malaman natin yung saan tayo falling into attachment, ay tingnan natin yung daily choices natin. Kasi yan po ang nagpapakita, in the end, ano ba yung importante sa atin? Malalaman po natin ano ang priorities. So, where is my heart? Where is my mind? No? Halimbawa po, on a Sunday, di ba? Sunday, we have Sunday Mass. Okay. So, maybe we are busy with many things. Maybe we're enjoying in a celebration. Wala naman pong problema. Gusto rin ng God naman yun. We can sanctify the celebration. Pero because of that, hindi na tayo nakasimba. And it is a choice that we made. So, yun po. Then, we're already realizing na wala yata sa lugar yung puso ko. Okay? Or, yung work po. Mahirap po ito mag-gauge kasi we have many justifications in our being workaholic. So, sasabihin natin, duty ko eh. You know, I just talked to someone, sabi niya, na-realize ko po na napabayaan ko yung pamilya ko, napabayaan ko po yung aking relationship with God, kasi nawala siya ng trabaho, no? So, ngayon lang niya na-realize na noong may trabaho siya, napabayaan na nga niya ang kanyang pamilya at napabayaan niya yung relationship niya with God. And then I asked her, why do you spend so much time working? Ang ganda, sabi niya. Kasi syempre po, gusto ko, because I'm a very responsible person. Okay, tama naman. Kasi po, natutuwa pa po ako, nakikita ko yung aking mga subordinates na promote. Wow, ang ganda, di ba? So, many good reasons why nag-o-overtime siya, many good reasons bakit umuwi siya ng late, many good reasons ba't hindi siya nakakadasal. But at the end of the day, we ask ourselves this big question, are my choices right? Tama ba yung aking pagpipili? Okay? Kasi kung hindi na ako nakakadasal kasi I'm so responsible at work, baka naman nakakalimutan ko na may responsibility rin ako towards God. So meaning lopsided na sobra kang dedicated sa responsibility mo sa work, nakalimutan mo na may responsibility ka rin sa pamilya mo at may responsibility ka rin sa 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 Panginoon. So, dito lang po sa daily choices, dito po natin makikita kung nasa lugar yung ating puso. Okay? So, ang maganda po dito, hindi naman sinabi ni God, huwag kang magtrabaho. Actually, He wants us to work. But He wants us to work for love of Him. Pag nawala po yun, even our work loses its value and meaning. And ang symptom or a signal that work is not being sanctified anymore. It is not a means to love God when other important duties are being neglected. So yun na lang po. Sinabi ni Saint Josemaria, wow, you have to work well and you have to be very responsible. But he said, but it cannot be an obstacle to our life of prayer. And it cannot be an obstacle to our other duties. Example, family life. Di ka na nakikita ng mga anak mo. Paano naman yun? Okay? So, kaya nga, dapat po may balance. May balance po dapat. And these things are what nakikita sa prayer. Kaya ito po yung aking suggestion. If we have more presence of God, we will see our tendency to get attached to things, and we will be able to rectify and change our behavior accordingly. Kasi kung may presence of God, doon natin makikita, bakit nga ba ako worried na worried? Bakit ba ako bothered dito? Bakit ba, uy, di ko na nagawa yung mga dasal ko, gawa ng work ko. So, if there's presence of God, nakikita po natin yung ating neglect of things connected to God. Because we see the neglect or lack of love of God in the way we organize ourselves, then we can ask pardon from our Lord and make resolutions how we can be more detached to those things na nakikita natin na sobrang importante sa atin. Okay? And then, kailangan po talagang mag-pause and reflect. Kailangan po mag-prayer. And then, to reflect on the true value of things. Kailangan po talaga, kasi mahirap po talagang mag-detach eh. Kaya po, many times we will have to reflect on the true value of things. No? Para ma-realize natin over and over again. Kailangan po paulit-ulit yan eh. Na, yeah, my work is important, pero merong lugar yan. Yes, maganda naman pong maingat sa gamit, pero may lugar yan. And then of course, kung iisipin natin ang last things, if we think of death, we put everything in the right perspective. Things can be important, but we have to realize it is not the most important. Hindi po yun ang pinaka-importante. Ang pinaka-importante po is God and loving other creatures out of love for God. In terms of objects, we don't love objects. We like objects. We love persons. So, but our love for persons, it always is subordinated yun dun sa love kay God. So, ito po, makakatulong po kung we will have the habit of saying these things many times. Lalo na pag we're too serious about things and we're getting too upset, maganda pong masabi sa sarili, it doesn't matter. Or it's okay. Or so what? Maganda pong masanay po tayong sabihin yan. Halimbawa po, yun nga, ang ganda-ganda ng damit natin, sayang, tapos namantsahan. Okay lang naman na medyo ma-upset ng konti. Pero to be too upset, sabi mo, so it's okay. It happens. No big deal. Maganda pong matuto tayo magsabi niyan more often because many times we give things too much importance. Wala na po sa lugar. Okay? Okay, we have the examples of the saints. Ay naku po, pag nakita naman natin ang saints, they're very inspiring. So you see, they're so focused on what is important. They just want to do what God wanted them to do. And it's good to practice that many times. Example, mag-a-apply kayo sa work. Magandang isipin, Lord, ito ba gusto mo? Ito bang work na to para sa akin? Maganda pong itanong po yung mga question na yon. Kasi po, maganda pong ma-realize na lahat po naman ng bagay connected kay God. So it cannot be na this activity or event of my life is in a parenthesis. We put them in a parenthesis as if they're not connected to God. So many times, it's good to ask our Lord, Lord, ito bang, please guide me, Lord. Ano ba ang, in our relationship, we're also guided by our Lord in our dealings with people, in our life for prayer, in the assignments God wants to give us. Maganda pong malaman, no? Na, Lord, ano ba yung gusto mong gawin ko habang nasa mundo pa ako? Okay?